Carla was 8 years old and believed she was the weakest child in the world. She didn't know that in 30 days, she would discover where the strength that can move mountains is hidden. This is the story of a girl who cried every day at school, but became the bravest in her class. And if you think you don't have the strength to face your giants, this story will change your life forever. Before I tell you Carla's story, I need to ask you, have you ever felt too small for the size of your problems? Like everyone else was stronger, more capable, more courageous than you? Carla knew that feeling well. She was the smallest in class, the quietest, the one who always hid when someone spoke loudly. She thought she was born without courage, but in 1 month, Carla would discover that strength has nothing to do with size. Carla was always different from other children, small, thin, shy. At school, the bigger kids made fun of her. They called her toothpick, little ant, weakling. Carla cried hidden in the bathroom every day. When she got home, she would lock herself in her room and talk to herself. Why did God make me so small? Why is everyone stronger than me? Her mother tried to comfort her, but Carla didn't believe it. How could a little ant be strong? Until one day, something happened that changed everything. In science class, the teacher brought a video about ants. Carla almost fell asleep from boredom, but suddenly she heard something incredible. Ants can carry objects 50 times heavier than themselves. A 2-gram ant can carry 100 grams. If a man had the strength of an ant, he could carry a car. Carla's eyes widened. Ant, the same word they used to humiliate her? That afternoon, Carla ran home and asked her grandmother, "Grandma, is it true that ants are super strong?" Her grandmother smiled and said, "Daughter, strength has nothing to do with size. Strength comes from within. And do you know where real strength comes from? It comes from God. The Bible says we can do all things through Him who strengthens us." "But Grandma, I'm too small," said Carla. "My child," said her grandmother, picking up a Bible, "David was a small boy who defeated a giant. Esther was an orphan girl who saved an entire people. Deborah was a woman who commanded an army. Body size doesn't matter when God is with you." That night, Carla prayed for the first time in her life. "God, if you can give strength to a little ant to carry 50 times its weight, you can give me strength to face my giants too. Help me be brave." The following Monday, the test came. Bruno, the biggest boy in class, was bothering Sophia, a new classmate who had Down syndrome. He was imitating the way she talked and making the whole class laugh. Sophia started to cry. Carla felt her blood boil. For the first time in her life, she got up from her desk, walked up to Bruno, who was twice her size, and said with a firm voice, "Stop it, Bruno. Sophia is our friend, and you're being mean." Bruno was surprised. The little ant was confronting him. "Get out of here, weakling," said Bruno, pushing Carla. But Carla didn't move. She looked him in the eye and said, "I may be small, but I can do all things through Him who strengthens me. And God gave me strength to protect my friends." The whole class stopped to watch. The smallest girl in school was confronting the most feared bully. Bruno was speechless. He had never seen Carla like this. The teacher arrived at that moment, and Bruno went to the principal's office. But the most incredible thing happened afterward. Sophia hugged Carla and said, "Thank you for defending me." And one by one, other children who also suffered bullying approached Carla. Suddenly, the smallest girl in school became the leader of those who needed protection. Carla discovered that strength isn't about muscles, it's about courage. And courage comes from knowing you're not alone. that there's a power greater than any problem, greater than any bully, greater than any fear. Today, 15 years later, Carla is a lawyer working to defend children who are victims of bullying. She always says, "That day I discovered that the size of my body doesn't matter. What matters is the size of the strength that lives inside me." Carla's story reminds me of something a man named Paul wrote 2,000 years ago. Paul also knew what it was like to feel weak. He was small, had health problems, was persecuted and humiliated. But Paul discovered a secret that changed his life. "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Philippians 4:13. Paul understood that true strength doesn't come from muscles, money, or social position. True strength comes from knowing that God lives in you. And when God is with you, you can face any giant. Today, as you listen to me, maybe you're feeling like Carla felt, too small, too weak, too incapable. Maybe you have giants in your life that seem impossible to defeat. Difficult job, complicated relationship, illness, fear, anxiety. But I want you to understand something that Carla discovered at 8 years old. You are stronger than you imagine. Not because you're a superhero, but because God's power lives in you. You can face any challenge, overcome any obstacle, win any battle. Not with your strength, but with the strength of the one who strengthens you. Stop looking at the size of your problems and start looking at the size of your God. You can do all things through Him who strengthens you. Get up and face your giants. They are big, but the power that lives in you is bigger. And if this story awakened the strength that exists within you, subscribe to the channel and share it with someone who needs to discover they are stronger than they imagine. Sometimes a person just needs to remember that true strength comes from above. Until the next video, remember, you can do all things through Him who strengthens you. It doesn't matter the size of the giant. What matters is the size of the strength that lives in you. Leave in the comments, what giant do you need to face today? Let's remind each other that we are stronger than we think.